Greetings. I am Archangel Michael of the Solar Logos, he who is like unto God. I have come to share a message about the ascension of your planet from December 2024 throughout the year of 2025. Choices are being made, have been made, and destinies are changing. Each soul is aligning with their path of ascension or descension, which is appropriate for their vibration and the lessons that they have yet to learn. It is a sort of judgment day, but it is only ever the self that judges the self and decides what lessons are needed and appropriate for the next round of evolution. There is no reason to fear, though fear has become the predominant emotion of the collective consciousness, dominating it, blocking out reason and all other thoughts. There are those of you on an ascension timeline that represents the highest potentiality for the collective. This is a timeline of the ascension of the body of form that is of third dimension into the more subtle body of the fifth dimension without the need for physical death. This process is called self-ascension, which is ever possible for the advanced soul who chooses to remain incarnate on this planet through the planetary ascension process. This is the rare and difficult road of self-mastery, which requires considerable discipline of personality and a willingness to die to the self repeatedly while in form. Many people, most people, require the physical death in order to leave behind their old life and old self, to resume from a fresh slate in a new body for a new curriculum of lessons at a higher octave of frequency. This is the reason and the purpose for physical death. For most, it is simply the most effective way of letting go and starting over. The adept, the advanced soul, has learned to let go and die to the self without the need for dropping the physical body, without the need for the veiling process that comes with rebirth. The advanced soul has learned to leave behind the old life, the old world, and the old frequency through which they have known themselves, to drift in the unknown limbo between the old and the new, to transform, transfigure rejuvenate the physical body and align it with a higher frequency that is in alignment with the new world that awaits and beckons upon the rebirth. If you are hearing this, you have the possibility for yourself in your life to die without dying and be reborn into a new world that is the kingdom of heaven. There are others who will choose a different path. In fact, most will choose the path of old age and death, of growing old, of learning the lessons of impermanence in this way, and learning to let go slowly and painfully over a long period of time. They will choose to learn the lessons through fear and suffering that come with a mortal incarnation. They will, in this process, polarize the choice between service to others and service to self. This is the primary lesson of third density. This is the primary lesson that souls who have incarnated on this planet came to learn. They came to learn through the illusion of death, to, with will and faith, nevertheless, choose love and choose to serve others above their narrow self-interest. These are the two major splits before us in terms of the advanced soul and the soul choosing the incarnational pattern of the choice. Within the incarnational pattern of the choice, where there are those who choose service to others or service to self, there will in fact be a great deal of drama. This is needed for the advancing soul of third density to fourth. It is a period of intense catalyst, wherein the fear of scarcity, the fear of death, the fear of insecurity must be confronted repeatedly until it is overcome. And the advancing soul makes the choice to surrender unto God, to surrender unto fate, to surrender and trust that this body of form is impermanent and that all that truly matters is the love given and received. Or to choose instead the path that is not, the path of fear, hatred, anger, and control. The catalyst of 2025 will be for the advancing soul from third density to fourth, or as you may call it, third dimension to fifth, and for the adept soul choosing the path of self-mastery. Each has aligned with their timeline for ascension, or is doing so now, in what we call the Great Shuffling. What timeline of ascension have you aligned with going into the 2025 Ascension Portal? Have you chosen to open your heart, to surrender, and to pray for the good of all, and trust that whatever may come is serving it, and to strive in every moment to remain peaceful and loving and joyous, even amidst the chaos of an increasingly chaotic world? Or were you possessed by fear, anger, and hatred, and lashed out in unloving ways to those around you who love you most? Or have you chosen to die to yourself, to leave behind the old world and all that you knew yourself through, so that you may move forward in this body of form to the kingdom of heaven on earth, to be reborn through this body, in this body, as your ascended presence in form. 2025 is the ascension portal of this 11-year solar cycle, which has now reached solar maximum. I speak to you as the solar logos, which is the great orchestrator of the planetary ascension process. Let go of any thoughts that ascension is the end of the journey, or that there is but one opportunity to choose. Let go of any idea that this is a final sentence for either those who choose the light or to retreat into darkness. These ascension portals occur like the clicking hand of the clock in 11-year cycles. And for this cycle, 2025 represents midnight, wherein the ascension timelines for the next 10 years shall be locked into place. You are choosing your curriculum. I hope that you choose it well and that you choose it consciously. 2025 will be a storm of change, of creation and destruction, through which all shall know themselves more fully in truth. As you pass out of that ascension portal into the new world that beckons and awaits, you shall find the opportunities for your continued growth and evolution, whatever curriculum you chose. Those who have chosen the various paths of mastery, positive evolution, and the path that is not, are still capable of interacting, are still capable of meeting one another and interacting when they choose. This will remain true for some time. This will remain true for several more cycles. However, the inclination for interaction becomes less with time, as the frequencies become more defined and distinct, and eventually invisible to one another. Until next time, my friends, Adonai.